Financial stress is one of the leading causes of divorce in the United States. It can tear apart even the best of relationships. Joining us this morning is relationship counselor and author of It's as Simple as That, Bree Maresca-Kramer. Bree, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, what do you do? Let's get right to it. You're in a harmonious relationship. One of the spouses is laid off. How do you cope?
Well, one of the most important things is to not allow the situation to divide yourself as a couple. It's to come together and develop a team-centered relationship, just as we would in a sports team. If one of our players is down, we're not going to criticize them or blame them. We're going to support them, encourage them, and build them up. That's what we want to do in this situation. We never want to point fingers, and we never want to blame.
And Bree, what are you seeing in your practice right now? How difficult is it for couples out there?
It's very difficult right now, especially even if you have a great marriage. So it's so important that we really stay conscious in our marriage and keep the focus on what's really important is our family and our relationship and loving each other.
When does one spouse know when they're ready to crack?
Well, I think, you mean financially or emotionally?
Both.
Both.
You know, if you just say, I've had it, I cannot take this anymore.
Really when they just literally can't take it anymore. And that's when we really need to communicate. Communicating about money problems and stress is so difficult for people and couples, so it's really important that we come together and we support each other and love each other and communicate in such a positive and supportive way, especially if one of us is about to crack.
And speaking of communicating, how do couples share their fears with one another?
Well, actually, a lot of them don't. They hold it within, and that is very, very toxic for the relationship because they end up exploding and taking it out on each other. It's so important just to be authentic with your partner and say, listen, I'm really scared. This is scary for me. You know, people are losing their homes and their cars and their jobs, and it's a primal fear. So it's really, really important just to go to your partner and say, I'm really scared, and let's work together.
And Bree, you have some recommendations and tools for facing down money troubles and staying together. We can get that list right now. You suggest no blaming, team relationships. You say talk it out, acceptance, gratitude. Looking at that list right there, what do you see as the most important and why?
I think absolutely the most important is not to allow the situation to divide you, which would be pointing the finger at each other and attacking each other. It's developing that team-centered relationship and holding together through it so you can get through it together.
And quickly, let's talk about the book.
Okay.
It's that simple. You said there's one for the woman and one for the man because we are different.
We're different creatures. We communicate differently. We understand differently. We process emotions and feelings differently. So I have to so that each person can understand, the man can understand, the woman can understand, then they can know how to talk to each other.
Great. We appreciate the advice this morning, Bree. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
For more information on Bree and her book, head to our website, cbs12.com, and click on links. Bree, thank you.
Thank you.
We're back in a moment.